Aloha! I'm Kealohanui Browning and I'm Hawaii Island Realtors 2025 President Elect. Ashley and I are over here in Chicago, as you can see from the background. I'm definitely not in Hilo. And she put together a list of questions to help you folks understand why I decided to step into this role, what inspired me to jump into leadership roles in the first place. And when she first presented me with these questions, I came up with some surface level kind of answers, well, like I got voluntold. And also, when I'm asked for help, I genuinely want to help, and I can kind of be a little of a yes person. So that was my initial response. Well, someone asked. But when I really started to think about it, I started thinking about my sister Kealoha, who most of you probably know, and maybe some of you don't. But my sister Kealoha was the epitome of leadership to me in my eyes. And I always looked up to her, and for that reason also wanted to step into leadership roles. But I've always kind of suffered from imposter syndrome, and I will be honest, I still very much suffer from that. But these days I just kind of do things despite that feeling. And so Kealoha was probably the biggest inspiration for me stepping into the leadership roles. I got diagnosed with cancer in 2017, and when that happened, I realized that I had this choice, that I could live through this diagnosis and go through the treatments and everything in fear and in anger and choose those types of emotions, or I could choose joy and hope and courage. And I decided, well, seems a little more fun to choose joy and hope and courage, so that's what I chose. And I also innately somehow knew that if I chose those feelings, that it would give other people courage to choose those feelings in challenging situations as well. When Kealoha passed away from her own cancer diagnosis not too long after mine, I realized that I have a niece and nephew now that I need to continue to be joyful and courageous for, because they needed a role model. They needed to see that someone could be joyful and courageous and all of those things, that they could continue on and life could still be good. And so that was another choice that I made. And so from there on, I decided to choose things, actions that I thought would align with what a good role model looked like. And that really was what propelled me into a lot of the leadership roles. And I've also really always had a attraction to speaking in public and sharing, and leadership has helped me hone in on those skills while making an impact. Leadership is really important to the success of our association because it puts you in the rooms where the decisions are made. And to me, that feels so much better than just sitting on the sidelines wondering how things are getting done and complaining when things are not going the way that I would like to see them going. Leadership will challenge you to the bone, if that's even a saying. Maybe I just made it up, but it will also make you a lot more confident. It's made me a lot more assertive, and it's made me able to collaborate on a much deeper level with people I never even thought that I would have the chance to collaborate with. And this has really helped me not just help the association, but also help me in my personal life and as a realtor. I think a lot of times when people ask you to volunteer for something, you automatically have this idea that you are going to have to sacrifice a lot. But we forget about the part where you actually gain relationships and you gain other people's perspectives, and more opportunities start flowing to you. And those things really help you grow as a human and definitely help you grow your business. I think if you're on the fence about leadership or even just taking on any type of volunteer position, it's helpful to remember that you don't have to start as president. You can start as a chair member, or you could just sit on a chair in a meeting one day and see how it goes. I will say there are days that I'm like, what have I even done? But then I think about all the ways that this is really changing me and helping me grow, and I wouldn't give it back.
Leadership has been my very own Oh the Places You'll Go. Yep, I'm talking about the Dr. Seuss classic. But the real journey isn't about the places, it's about the people who challenge you, the ideas that wake you up at 3 a.m., and the moments that shape you into someone braver, wiser, and more yourself than you ever thought possible. When you say yes to leadership, you rewrite your story.
Signing off for now, but consider joining me next year. We'll have some fun, I promise. Aloha!